everyone, and welcome back to Miss Rosie's class. Today I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind a lot in the last year, and that I'm willing to bet has been on your mind and even your kids' minds a lot too. Today I want to talk about change. For many of us, and for many of our kids, change is this big scary word that we try to avoid. It means that things are going to be different, and if we like life the way it is, if we're comfortable with our life the way it is, then different can feel like a really bad thing, especially if we don't know exactly what different is going to look like. But as we all know, change isn't always as scary as we think it's going to be, and sometimes we even come out the other side a lot better off than we were before. Now, I'm not saying that all change is always a good thing. It's not, and sometimes changes can be really scary. But certain changes, whether they end up being good or bad, are simply out of our control. And when that's the case, the only thing we can really do is to control how we react to it. For kids, almost every big change that happens in their life happens outside of their control. Whether it's a change in family life, moving to a new school, changing your routine, or anything else, it's usually the adults that are making those choices, and kids just have to roll with it. And while we might not be able to let kids make every decision on their own, there are ways that we can help kids better understand and be prepared for the changes that they're going through, so that their reactions can come from a healthier place instead of fear and rejection. So to give you an idea of how you might want to talk to your kids about change, I want to share with you something that I heard recently from one of my favorite children's illustrators named Andy J. Pizza. He was talking about change in terms of the caterpillar turning into the butterfly, which of course is a metaphor for change that we all already know and love. But what you may not know about that process is what happens to the caterpillar inside of its chrysalis before it emerges as a butterfly. In order to make that incredible transformation into a butterfly, the caterpillar inside its cocoon actually breaks down completely into this soupy, goopy, liquidy mess that if we were able to see it, it wouldn't resemble either a caterpillar or a butterfly. And I think this is really the key to understanding what happens when we go through big changes. Sometimes we feel completely broken down. We feel like a soupy, goopy mess, and we don't even feel like ourselves anymore. But if we can have the courage and the resilience to build ourselves back up again and to come out different on the other side of these big changes, then life is going to be so much more beautiful for us. We're going to look back and think how crazy it was that we ever wanted to stay a caterpillar forever in the first place, now that we know what life is like as a butterfly. So I hope you know that no matter what big changes you or your kids might be going through right now, even if you feel like a big puddle of goo, that you are on your way to becoming so much more. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Miss Rosie's class, and I'll see you next time.
Studycat!